Hello. So recently, there's been a glitch going around where you can basically fly with your ladder. And I've discovered how to really easily get from 800 to 1000 using this glitch. So first things first, you want to get to 800 obviously, and you want to try and get up in this platform. If you don't know how to get up in this platform, basically copy what I do right here, and eventually your ladder will get stuck on that little ledge there, and you can make it up to this platform. If that gets patched, you can also do it down here, but it is a lot harder. Anyway, now you want to equip a very flimsy ladder, so default, familiar brown if you have it, festive, shroom, dragon scale, a very flimsy ladder to go with the classic default because it never fails. You want to place it about this distance from this corner, and very aggressively walk into it backwards, and then when it falls down, sit down and wiggle in the hopes that it will land and your head will fit through that little gap in the ladder. Alright, but now you're in this scenario. You have successfully got your head in this spot. You want to face this direction and then hold S and space at the same time. And then around this point, you can let go of space and keep adjusting your camera angle so that you can basically be facing the direction I'm facing at all times. You want to always be facing your character at all times, and because your ladder will slowly, your character and your ladder will slowly start to turn around, so you want to adjust that every now and then. But you basically want to get to around 1050 to 1080, that kind of area. So this process does actually take quite a while. So I will see you when we get there. Just a quick side note while we are going up here. I would not recommend using this if you haven't got to 1000 yet. This is just a very simple way of getting to from 800 to 1000, which is by far the hardest part of the mountain. But I would not recommend using this if you're doing things like no campfires or anything like that. But you want to land on the platform down there. Right, we're around the correct height that we want to be at, so we're going to let go of our ladder and then hold forward, and we landed on the platform we wanted to land at. Alright, so now we're here. We're just on this little ledge, but obviously we aren't at where we really want to be. So we want to fall onto this little ledge right here, and conveniently you can just walk around the edge here. Go up here, and just like that, you are at 900. The campfire is just around this corner, and that is incredibly easy to do. Just one ladder glitch can skip all of 800 to 900 meters. And there's the campfire right there. You can sit down there. Obviously, that's it. But now, we're going to be getting from here all the way up to this campfire right here. We're essentially going to be performing two separate ladder flies for this section. One of them gets us to the rope bridge. Same deal for this. This one is actually a lot harder to do. The placement is a lot harder to line up, and even when you do, you basically have to pray that your ladder goes left. If it goes right, it ruins the whole thing, and it went left for me that time. So this will actually work. Let go of space. Once again, keep adjusting your camera, and you will also would want to go to about 1050 for this one. Our goal is to land on that platform right there, and then we will play until over there. So you're going to have to do all of this stuff, and then when we reach this area right here, this area specifically, we will ladder fly all the way up here, and then you'll practically be at the end. Right, we're around the right area. I've gone a bit higher, but it's always better to be safe than sorry, and we just land on the platform like that. Now, alright, so apparently my recording stopped around when I got to this area, so I'll have to redo all of it again, which is annoying because I did it all first try. But we move, so obviously obsidian ladder, lifesaver. If you haven't got the obsidian ladder, definitely go and get that. And you just basically want to take your time with this area. And if something like that happens where you lose your ladder, who cares? Go back down, get it, try again. And this gap in particular is probably the most tedious one, but just keep going at it until you get it. It always takes me a few tries. Grab that there. The best thing I like to do in this scenario is just put it there. Now, this section, normally you'd have to go around there, do all this stuff, but the trick that I showed you at the start, where you place your ladder like this and get it stuck, if you manage to do it here, like that, and then back yourself against this wall, place your ladder there, push it over, you now are on top of this section, and you can skip all of this section straight to this bridge. Now, for this bridge, be careful. It is pretty easy, but you can still slip up and make mistakes. So just take your time with it, and you should be fine. Now you move on to this ice. The only thing I can say about this ice is just take it slow. Don't rush anything with no need. If you think your ladder placement is a bit off, then just try again. For this, I'd recommend doing this ladder placement here, so if you do go a bit too far, you have surface to run on. Now you go over to this bit, put your ladder here. Now, this is the most challenging part of this, because you can skip this whole lava section, which is normally the hardest part of 900 to 1000, but you still have to do most of this. So I will go through that now. So for this bit, I like to put my ladder here, push it over, like that. Now, there's two separate pathways you can go here. This pathway is a lot easier than this pathway over here. That pathway is suicidal. You do not want to deal with that. For this one, same again. Stand on top of your ladder. Do that. Pick it up. For this, my favourite thing to do, place my ladder there, climb it, throw it backwards. This, put your ladder here, and do that. Then place your ladder here. Walk off it, pick it up. Now this input you want to be very careful with. It takes a long time, but just do not play it risky. Do not go too fast. Do not risk yourself dying, because this is the last hurdle before you get to do the ladder jump. Ladder fly thing. So once you've gotten past that, that's pretty much everything difficult to do with this done out the way. You can now get to that platform, which is where you're going to want to perform the second and final ladder fly. Once you get to this section, after you move just there, come up here, go down here, and you can just drop down to this part. Come up here. This is the place where you want to perform the final ladder glitch, whatever you want to call it. Place it up against that corner, back up into it, and hope that you can do the same exact thing that you've already done twice, possibly more. Get it like that, and up you go. This is probably the best spot you would want to be in at this point, dodging all of these crystals, doing the same exact thing, and you want to aim for that platform right there. Now for this one, we are going to be wanting to go around 1030 to 1040, that kind of level, because we do want a lot of wiggle room in case we over or undershoot it. So we drop there and land right on the platform. Now I'd recommend dropping down here, playing it as safe as possible, going around here. Preferably use the obsidian ladder if you feel unsafe. This would normally be the end of it, and you can just drop down here, get your campfire, and boom, that is how you get from 800 to 1000 by doing almost nothing.